Hey guys, today we're going to talk about the shoulders. You're going to need 2 cushions and 1 weight. I'm going to use 2 pounds. If you don't have a weight at home, just a soup can works really nicely for this. Today we're going to go through a series that I use for my own shoulders to keep them strong and stable, and what I give out to my clients to help their shoulders when they have injury or problems with their shoulders that are stopping them from being able to do what they want to do. And so this is how I do it, and I'm just throwing it out there to you so you can use it too. We're going to start up on our knees. Now if this bothers your knees, definitely put a cushion underneath, okay? And we're going to start with some arm circles, some really specific arm circles. And your circles don't have to be as big as my circles, okay? You're going to try to stay within a pain-free zone. So if that means you're just able to circle out to the side and you're not able to go up overhead, that's okay. That's something that you're going to work towards, okay? So let's start with our hands behind you. Your palms are facing outwards. Your hands are behind you on your lower back. And we're just going to start to reach the arms behind you. The palms stay reaching up to the ceiling. And then as we start to bring them around, we're going to turn the palms forward and come up overhead, if you can. And then bringing the arms out in front of us like you're holding 2 plates out in front of you. And the arms are going to come all the way down to our hips, palms face up. From here, we'll go the other way. We're going to go forward as if you're holding those 2 plates out in front of you. And then you're going to start to turn the palms in towards each other. And then as we get to the ears, you're going to start to turn those palms outwards and bring them back around behind you. And then place them back on your lower back. Palms are facing out. Let's try that again. So we reach back behind you first. The palms are back. We start to turn the palms forward as the arms come up and around. When we get to around the ears, we're going to bring the palms up as if you were holding plates. And you're going to bring the palms facing outwards down to the hips. And then we go back. We bring those arms out in front. And then as we get closer to the ears, the palms face each other. As we come around, you're going to start to pull your palms outwards. And then we're reaching back behind us and placing them back on your lower back. Let's try a couple more. Reaching back first. Start to turn your palms. Bring the arms up. As they get to the ears, they're facing each other. And then they start to face forward. The arms come down. Hands come down to the hips. And then we go back, holding our platters. When we get to the ears, the hands face each other. Then they start to turn out. We reach out and around, back behind us, and place them on the lower back. Last one, reaching back, turn the palms, bring them up towards the ears. Now the palms face each other. We go out in front. The palms continue to turn forward, and we're back down at our hips. And then last one here, lifting those platters out in front of you. Bring the palms to face each other. Now the palms start to turn at the ears. We turn them outwards. And bring the hands back behind us and place them on your lower back. Let's let that go and just start to roll the shoulders. Put your arms into a nice little square shape. And just bring the shoulders right up to the ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. Let them draw downwards. And then pull forward just a little. Up into the ears. Squeeze it back. Let them drop down. And come forward. And let's go the other way. We go down a little. Squeezing it back. Up to the ears. And a little bit forward. Lowering. Squeezing back. Up to the ears. And back forward. Releasing that all up, we're going to bring the arms out. I call this cactus arms, where we have just like a cactus shape, or sometimes it's called field goal arms. We're going to bring our arms out here, and we're just going to move through a gentle external and internal rotation. So create a fist with your hand, and then we're going to keep the forearm and the wrist the same shape, as we let the arms come down, only as far as you feel comfortable with and there's no pain. And then we're going to bring those arms back to cactus, nice and vertical. So we lower down with control, and then we bring that arm back up nice and vertical. Let's add a breath here. Let's inhale as the arms go down, and then exhale using the back of the shoulder. We come back up to vertical. And let's do 3 more. Inhale, we lower into that internal rotation. Exhale, pulling back. And again, inhale down. And exhale back up. And last one, we lower down. And exhale, pulling back up. And let's let that go, shaking it off, meeting me in a quadruped all fours position. You're going to put your hands right under your shoulders, your knees are under the hips, your abdominals are nicely connected underneath you. So you're just going to bring your belly button gently closer to your spine. We don't want to suck it up there too hard. We just want to have a little connection with our abdominals, okay? Hands go right under shoulders, knees are under hips. And we're going to just go into some protraction and retraction, which is a movement in the shoulder blade where the shoulder blades glide forward and they glide backwards on our rib cage. Okay, so to get them to glide backwards, we're going to let our spine and torso gently lower between the shoulders, and the shoulder blades are going to go towards each other. And then as we exhale, we're going to press into the floor and connect with all those stabilizing scapular muscles. So we're going to lower down gently. The whole shape of your spine stays the same. Your abdominals are still connected. And then exhale as you press back up. This is a tiny motion, okay? We lower down. We're getting that retraction of the scapula. They're going towards each other. And exhale, the shoulder blades are going away from each other as we push the floor away. And let's just do 4 more here. Lowering down. And exhale, pushing up. And again, gliding towards each other. And exhale, pulling away from each other. 2 more times. Keep your sacrum reaching back behind you. The top of the head is reaching. And we lower. Last one here. And exhale as we come back up. Let's just push into our shell stretch or child's pose and take a little pressure off the wrists and hands. We can turn those wrists. Go both directions. And then we're coming back out to that all fours position. And we're going to come into some arm lifts. So we're going to go from being a quadruped to a tripod here. Your spine is nice and long. Let's find those abdominals and bring them up. Let's just check in and make sure that the creases of your elbows are turned slightly forward towards the end of your mat, okay? So we just want to turn those elbows just gently forward. And let's see if we can make our neck a little bit longer, creating more space between the ear and the shoulder. Take a big breath in here. As we exhale, we're just going to lift the right arm and pull it up beside us. Inhale as you put it back down, nice and controlled. And then the weight shifts. Exhale, we lift the left arm. Keep your spine reaching nice and long. So we want to minimize any movement that we don't need here. Pulling up and placing it back down. Exhale as the left arm pulls up. And inhale down. There's that split moment in time where both hands are on the floor and then the other one leaves. Inhale as we lower. Exhale as we bring it up. So every time we breathe out, those abdominals are staying connected. And back down. And again. And down. And lower. Let's make this our last one. Pulling it up and letting it come down. Push back again off of your hands and wrists. And then we're going to grab your 2 cushions. So I'm actually going to use this ball, but ideally you have enough space that you can create, or enough pillow that you can connect or create some space here between your arm and your side body. So you're going to take your 2 pillows, you're going to put them in here beside your body, between your arm. Notice that my elbow is bent, my shoulder is reaching down away from my ears, so I don't want to be up here too close to the ear. And we're going to activate the underarm muscles and the muscles of the side body by keeping those strong. It just really helps with impingement in the shoulder when we're strong underneath the arm. So just taking a big breath in. When you're ready, exhale, you're going to press your arm into your cushions. Deep exhale. Inhale, you're going to release that tension. Exhale as you press down. And inhale as you release. So it's just a gentle press inwards towards your side body. And release. And again, exhale. You should feel all the muscles of the underarm activating. And release. We're also getting a little bit into the lats and the serratus. And release. 2 muscle groups that are really important for shoulder health. And release. Let's do 3 more. Exhale. So nothing should be happening at your shoulder here. You should just be feeling a tiny movement. And it shouldn't be jumping around or moving around at all, okay? Or elevating. We want it to stay nicely connected and down in its happy place. And let's let that go. Bring it over to the other side. Set up exactly how we just were. Create that space between your body and your arm. Little bend in the elbow. Take a breath in. As you exhale, pushing into those cushions. Activate that underarm. Inhale, control, release of that cushion. Exhale as you push in. And inhale, release. Pushing through. Nice smooth motion. And again, just watching for any extra movement here in the shoulder that we don't need. And release. Push and release. Let's do 4 more. 4. And letting that go. 3. And last 2. And release. Last 1. And letting that go. Removing that cushion. You can put that off to the side. And we're going to come down onto our tummy now. Just going to try to set up my cushion here so my balls doesn't roll away. So meeting me down on your tummy, your nose is hovering. And we're going to bring our palms to our sides. So I'm lying here, my shoulders are rolled forward towards the mat, my nose is hovering. My legs have a little bit of life in them, so I'm reaching through the legs, activating my legs a little bit, and my palms are facing upward, okay? So we're just going to start to reach the fingertips towards the feet and reach the crown of your head up so that you've got a line of tension in the neck, keeping the neck nice and long. Taking a deep breath in here, you're going to turn your palms to your hips. So now your palms are facing in. We're squeezing at the shoulder blades, and we're just holding that position. Let's take a big breath in, and exhale as we let the palms flip back to facing up. Let your shoulders roll back down to the floor. So really not much happens in the neck here. We're not lifting and lowering the head yet. We're just leaving the head in a kind of neutral position, hovering the nose. Let's try that again. Start to breathe in. Turn your palms to your side body, squeezing at the shoulder blades. Inhale to hold. And exhale. lowering the shoulders, letting the palms flip back up. Big breath in. Exhale as we turn the palms to your hips. Now your palms are facing your hips. Squeeze your shoulder blades towards each other. And inhale, exhale as we lower down. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, start to reach your fingertips. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, turn the palms to your hips. Inhale, we hold. Exhale, we lower everything. Let your shoulders roll forward. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, turn the arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades, your palms face in. Inhale, we hold. Exhale, we return to the floor. On this next one, we're going to add a lift of the head and shoulders. So breathing in. Exhale, turn the palms, squeeze the shoulder blades. Take a breath in here. And then exhale, we're going to hover the head and shoulders, holding it all. Work with keeping those shoulder blades on. Inhale. And exhale, we're lowering with lots of control back to the floor. Let the shoulders roll forward. Deep breath in, starting to turn the palms, squeeze the shoulder blades. Holding there. Exhale as the head and shoulders lift. Kind of like you're being shot out of a cannon here. Big breath in. Squeeze those shoulder blades back. And exhale as we lower back down to the floor. Let's do that one more time. Turning the palms. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Take a breath in. Exhale. The head and shoulders, join them. Lifting away from the floor, big breath in, and exhale, lowering everything back down. Great, wiggle around if you need to, and then you're going to bring your arms out to that cactus position or field goal position. Your elbows are reaching wide, and your nose stays hovering here. We're just going to check in with the abdominals. We want to just have a little connection underneath us, that we're drawing the abdominals gently away from the mat. And then we're going to take it into the arms here. Let's reach through the feet, create some tension in the legs. Keep that connection you just created with your abdominals. Exhale, you're going to float both arms up and lower back down. Moving from the back of the shoulder. Now just the right arm lifts. Exhale, the right arm floats. Inhale, we lower it down. Exhale, the left arm floats. Moving from the back of the shoulder, inhale, we lower down. Now let's go for both. Both lift on the exhale. And inhale, reaching them back down to the floor. Back to the right side. Right side floats. And back down, nose is still hovering. Left arm floats. Check in with your abdominals and your legs. They're still engaged. Both arms float. We're leaving the head just in neutral. Back down. Let's do that one more time. Right arm floats and lowers. Left arm floats and back down. And now check in with the abdominals before we lift both arms up. Squeezing at that shoulder blade and lowering back down. Once again, wiggle your hips, just release any tension you don't need, and bring your arms out on an angle. So I like to think of the letter Y here. So my torso and legs are the center stick of the Y, and my arms are the 2 prongs of the Y. My thumbs are facing up here. Before we do anything, just want to do a visualization of you're holding a huge beach ball here between your hands, okay? So you've got this beach ball. We're going to be lifting it about 2 inches off the floor, but we want to make sure that our abdominals and our legs are on. So point your toes, reach through the legs. Find the abdominals by gently pulling that belly button just a little bit towards your spine. And let's take a big breath in, get a hold of the beach ball, and exhale, you're going to float that beach ball up. Inhale, you're lowering it with control back to the floor. Exhale, the thumbs go straight up. And inhale, it lowers down. Keep the rest of the body engaged, so you've got a nice anchor here. And lowering down. Now let's just check in on those shoulder blades. We want the shoulder blades to be reaching down towards your hips. And lower. Anytime we bring the arms overhead, we have to really be aware of the space between the ear and the shoulder. Lifting and lowering down. Let's do 3 more. Exhale up. Inhale down. And again. And down. Last one. And letting that go. Shaking everything off. Coming back to our all fours position. First you can just push through, find child's pose. And then coming through, setting yourself up nice and square again. We're going to do single arm breaststroke here. So one arm is going to be moving through our breaststroke movement, and the rest of us is a tripod. Equal weight in the knees, and we've got this little elbow crease gently turned forward. We're supporting ourselves with one shoulder, okay? So let's start with the right arm. You're just going to bring it up and bend at the elbow. Your spine is lifted, the back of the neck is shining up to the ceiling. We're going to exhale as you reach the arm overhead. Inhale as you sweep that arm to your side, bend at the elbow. Exhale, it reaches over. Inhale, pulling to the side. Nothing else changes. Exhale, reach. Inhale, use those underarm muscles to pull the arm to your side. Exhale, reach. And inhale, pull. Now with the standing hand, push your fingertips into the floor, spreading the fingers nice and wide as a good base for the arm. And exhale, inhale, sweep around, 2 more. And pulling around. Make sure you're still connected with the abdominals underneath you. Pulling. And let's let that go. Come back to your shell stretch. Coming off of the wrist. It would be totally normal for the standing arm to be a little bit fatigued, okay? It's working really hard. And the wrist especially can be problematic. One trick that I use if my wrist is really bothering me is I'll lift my palm, flip my mat, lift my palm so that the palm of my hand is higher. This is a little bit high, but on a regular mat, I would flip the mat and I would put my palm on the mat and my fingers just a little bit below it, and that really helps take some of the pressure off your wrist. So if your wrists are problematic, that's a great trick to use to be able to still do these exercises on hands and knees, okay? So let's try with the left arm. Set yourself back up, connect with the abdominals, reach your sit bones behind you, top of the head reaches. And now we're going to be using the right arm as our stabilizing arm. Bring the crease of the elbow just gently forward. And we'll start with the left arm floating. Exhale, you reach that arm up. Inhale, draw it down to your side, find those underarm muscles. Exhale, we reach. Inhale, back. And again. Pulling to your side. Imagine you're pushing this arm through water. Okay? Just keeping the top of the head reaching. Exhale, push out. Inhale, sweep it to the side. Let's do 4 more. Last 2. Got those fingers spread and pushing down with this standing arm. Bringing it back, coming off the wrists. Great work. Let your tailbone drop down to your heels. And also, if you feel better with your thighs slightly open in shell stretch, that's totally fine. Just let the thighs go open and let your chest and tummy come down between them. Some people like to be rounded over the thighs. and some people like to have the thighs slightly open. Both are totally fine. Okay, last exercise here for this series. You're gonna grab that soup can or your 2-pound weight. 3 pounds would be fine, but I wouldn't go any higher than that, especially if you have problematic shoulders. And I'm gonna use my cushion here as a pillow. If you wanna do that to be comfortable, go for it. So we're setting ourselves up. The bottom arm hugs across the tummy, kind of tucks in underneath you. My knees are bent, and I've got this weight in my top arm. I'm going to keep my elbow connected to my rib cage, so I'm not going to let the arm tip forward in front of my body. It's actually kind of beside my body, okay? So from there, we've just got this weight in our hand. We're going to exhale, coming up to just kind of hip height. And then we're going to lower, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale as we pull it up, finding that external rotation. And then we lower, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And let's go again. Exhale, draw it up, keeping that elbow connected to your side, and lower, nice and slow. Exhale, draw it up, and inhale, lowering down, and again. Your spine is nice and long here. We're just really focusing into the back of the shoulder. Let's do one more. Up on the exhale, lower for 4, 3, 2, and 1. You should feel a little warmth start to happen in the back of the shoulder. That definitely, I felt that for sure, so that would be totally normal to feel that. And then let's go ahead and do the other side as well. Setting yourself up exactly the same. Use your cushion for a pillow, wrapping this bottom arm underneath you. Knees are bent. Spine is nice and long, so I'm not curled up into my fetal position here. I've got my spine long. This top arm is the mover. We're going to keep the elbow connected to the rib cage and just set yourself up. And then from here, we exhale, bring it up and lower it slowly. 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then going back up, exhale, lowering 4, 3, 2, and 1, and again, and 4, 3, 2, 1. Now let's go for about 5 more. Nice and slow on the return, and again. 3 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and 2 more. 4, 3, 2, 1, and last one. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, yeah, I really feel that in the back of my shoulder. So we're really isolating the area. So when we keep the backs of our shoulders strong, really helps with our posture, and it really helps keep the shoulder joint sitting correctly in space. So the head of the humerus can sit nicely inside the glenoid fossa. If you have any questions or comments, please comment below and hit subscribe for my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this helps.